They're taking. Right, we are live.
All right.
Let me just make sure I can just do what I'm good at, sharing these things about the place.
Share it with us in the group and let me do our thing.
I can't share with you in the group. Somebody got pull it from the online debrief, the Facebook, because we sound good? We sound echo. If we sound like an echo, just tell me so I can fix. Might be a bit too high there.
How you spell it? Again?
Good Lord.
Sure.
Look on the page. Share. Copy link, not that share.
Sure.
Oh, good Lord, you're a young boy, you know. Right here in the corner, share.
And they always
Says
listen to
copy
the
link, and then paste it wherever you want to paste it.
All right, you enjoy it.
Paste it in the chat now. Go to the chat and paste it. Please, you gotta be teaching these young boys for the new year how to go live.
Never wrong with that. It's been such a while.
We have some people coming on though. We want to say good night to everyone that is popping up on the live feed. Thank you for joining us. We are back with the DeBrief show. As usual, we always beg your indulgence while we tend to share the link with everybody. You can share the link. We are back on the debrief. We are back here to have meaningful discussions. We are happy to be here actually with everybody. We're happy to come back to you. We know it has been a while, but we too were taking our break during the Christmas season, and we would hope that everybody on here would have had a very successful what we would call it, our very wonderful Christmas season. I pray that you would have had all the bellyfuls, eat up a lot, drink up a lot, and felt comfortable at least. So you pray that you and your families as well were all tucked away neatly and they had a very good Christmas. The children, I know it's a hard time that we are all facing.
New normal.
So I those that can afford to keep their families going and those that could afford to, give the little ones the Christmas gift that all of them so wait for in that season. Funny enough, I had to give a Christmas gift to my son, and then shortly yesterday I had to give a birthday gift to him.
Oh, that's good, boy.
So that was right on thing. I was like, gee boy, you are getting nothing. But then he was like, Daddy, where's my gift? So at the end of the day, I had a daddy's obligation to my son to make sure that he was, treated well for his birthday. So I pray that everybody will be able to give, and have the things that you would need. We know that 2020 was a very trying time. It's still a trying time, probably more trying now than before, Simon.
No, I can tell you.
So we just hoping for the best for our country. We just here to share, give support where we have to give support, hear your views. And so we've decided to bring back the debrief show. I think we're looking to get rebrand soon by the Bajan Views. I think that's what we're going to call it. And so, we just want to reveal ourselves. There's a lot of things going on, a little conversation that people would like to have. And this is just one of the areas of conversation. We know that there's a press conference live going on, so but at the end of the day, it's soon finished. So we thought to bring live because we here also want to honor the curfew that is imposed, and we have to, so at the end of the day, we are just trying to be as respectful as well. So that's why we went ahead and start, and not in any manner of trying to pull your attention from that which is being said right now. But we have a time to, right, Simon and Jeremy, we have a time to support 1 hour or so, and we at the 1 hour allow us to get home as well within the time, and not
break down or anything like that.
Yeah, but if any police watching, we're doing it, so we think we do it. We can, without further ado, we want to start. I will obviously, as I said, we want to say thank you for tuning in and welcome to everybody. Pray that you and your family is safe, sound, and COVID free. And you know, as a disclaimer, we would like to say first of all, you know, get tested. Is not no shame in being tested.
That's it.
Get out there, follow the government protocols, follow the government guidelines. This thing is not plain. This thing has no discrimination, has no favor with anybody. So we want to ask you, you know, do what you have to do. But yeah, tonight we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts? We've been seeing some things going on. We have in this call a welcome back discussion on the debrief. You know, what are your thoughts? What have you been seeing on the ground? How do you feel about things? We are allowing you to send some questions our way. Pull the discussion. We can start with the fact that, yes, we all understand that there is a super spreader, as the government would have mentioned, in our country as it relates to the COVID and as it relates to what is going on in our country. And as I always tell people, we want everybody to be as respectful to those particular protocols as possible and abide by the rules so that we know that our country is could be safe, and we can help the government mitigate all of this spreading any further. So we want, since I'm talking, so we want to encourage you at any point of time to, you know, support. But what is your question? What is your queries? What concerns do you have? What you would like to hear? So we could get a discussion going, and obviously feedback, you know, to the relevant people what they need to hear from you, the country, about what is going on. So debrief discussion. Welcome back, Simon.
Yeah, I just want to start by saying that in all that has been going on, we got to commend the government in terms of how far we have come as a nation in terms of battling and dealing with COVID-19. It's not been an easy road. You know, we recognize and we accept that there's a risk whenever you have tourists coming to your country.
Right.
So we accept that, because at the end of the day, I am still glad that we didn't shut down the country totally, for the simple reason people need to be gainfully employed. People need to have a source of income coming in for their families. All right? It's important that we understand that since COVID, a lot of people are behind on their mortgages. They're behind on their car payments. They're behind on their bills, the utility bills, the hire purchase, the credit cards. And unless people are able to start back work, and when we say start back work, we're saying that you start back work carefully and, of course, taking the necessary precautions.
Right.
You're wearing a mask and you're sanitizing and you're respecting social distancing. But we have to continue with our country. It's the same thing a lot of parents were concerned about the restart of school. But we do know that because of what has happened, we have to, at least for now, deal with the whole issue of online teaching and getting online classes and so on. But eventually, we know that our children will be back in classrooms and so on, even in smaller groups, being instructed by teachers. So we have to understand that there is a risk in everything that we do. If you want the country to run, if you want people to be able to get out there and pay the bills, people have to be out there working. And you cannot say you're going to shut down the whole country and expect people to get income. You can't expect the country to shut down and there's no revenue coming into the country, correct?
Right.
Because we still have bills to pay. I mean, the NAS burden has been so great. The National Insurance Scheme is under tremendous pressure. And I do believe that if we can get people back out to work, they're working, they're in their jobs, and they feel secure, it would help a lot to encourage persons. So that's my take on things. I think that we have to proceed with caution, but I don't want people to get the habit that whenever they see an airplane flying over the head, that they suck in the teeth, saying, "Oh, there are more tourists coming." The reality of it is that the country is open. We have to tread cautiously and ensure that the lives of our people are protected. But at the same time, too, we understand that the tourist dollar is what drives this economy. That's a big contributor to our GDP. We need tourism. That's just my take.
Yeah, Jeremy.
Good evening, all. Welcome to the DeBrief TV show. I also want to say Happy New Year's to all of you whom have been our loyal fans from inception of the show, and even our new fans. You know, we moved out of 2020, which seemed to be one of the most contentious years, into 2021, which more or less has started with a bang. And I say to people that 2020 for me was one of the hardest years of my life. Actually, not one of 2020 for me was the hardest year of my life. I lost my mother at at the end of 2020, coming to the end of 2020. And I am also unemployed as well now. So 2020 has been a hell of a year. Plus there have been other things which have happened. What I want to say though is that whilst that is my story, that there's a story for every single Barbadian.
That's right.
You look at the hotel workers, many of them were out of work. Some of them are still out of work. You look at other industries which feed into the tourism sector. A lot of those industries still have not restarted properly. Then we have the biggest challenge which is coming on our doorsteps now. We have a possible generation of children which, if this virus is not brought under control and we get it to abate itself immediately, if we have to continue with this online teaching platform, we will possibly have a generation of children which possibly will be functionally illiterate. And then you look at the social interactions these children are missing out on. We recognize that within the Barbadian context, Simon spoke about persons not being able to pay their mortgages. If you can't pay a car loan, you just gotta care about your car, right? But you can't care about your house.
You gotta come with me. Which I don't
Got a lot of condolences coming into Jermaine.
Thank you.
From Shauna, from Shalianne Walks, and others.
Thank you.
Sending condolences to you.
Thank you very much. But what I'm saying is that when you look at 2020 for Barbados and the Caribbean region, it has been a definite year that our gross domestic product has shrinked significantly, and we're now talking about forging new industries. Now there's a saying that out of adversity shall come triumph, but this adversity seems to want to continue. In 2021, we now have the dilemma of if we're going to take the vaccine or not. Now, I don't want to tell anybody what to do, but I will tell you that when the vaccine comes, I am taking the vaccine, because the reality is that if we all decide that we're not taking the vaccine, then the virus stays forever. And then we continue in lockdown forever, or semi-lockdown conditions, and our economies will suffer forever.
That's it.
The only challenge is that the vaccine only lasts for 9 to 12 months. Right, and you know, it's interesting. I was speaking to a doctor today, and he was telling me that even if you had COVID already, that the antibodies in your system only last 3 to 4 months, so you can get COVID again after having it previously, and it could be worse. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say to you that 2020 and 2021, they have been a hell of a year. We probably never saw this coming. If you had asked me 3 years ago, Jermaine, you will see yourself having to wear a mask every time you go in the supermarket, or can't go to church. The simple things that we take for granted last year, for a point, we could not even go in the parks. We can't go to the beach. If you wanted to take your child to Chefette to buy a piece of chicken, you can't even I can't take my son to Chefette now and say, well, go and play a park, jump up and down your little children. So these simple
probably
things.
can't even let your cousin come over before.
Well, exactly. Right. So these simple things that we take for granted have all now been placed into the realm. And I want to end by saying this. In all of that, 2020 I also got baptized.
Amen. Amen, brother. Go ahead.
Welcome to the brethren.
Thank you.
Amen, bro.
But I also want to say this to you guys. Let us remember that this world that we live in is a conditional world. We are only here but for a time. And whilst we are here, it is our job to impact on everyone as positive as you can. Because the truth is that when you leave this earth, no one will ask how much money you had. They ain't gonna ask how good your cell phone looked, or how fancy your car was, or how big your house was. They're gonna ask what impact did he have or she have on you. And you will recognize at that point what you have really done in life.
Correct.
Listen, boy, Jermaine, boy, you really start the discussion really good.
Correct.
I am touched. I am encouraged. I don't know about you, Mr. Safri, but I feel good.
Yeah, man, we feel good.
I feel good because at the end of the day, too, we live with risk. And I want to go back about the whole issue on living with risk. Understanding that there's dengue fever. And we take precautions to deal with dengue. If you're out there, you're having sex, you wear a condom, whatever, to reduce the risk of the transmission of an STI and whatever. We have to navigate risk in this world. And if it means that our lives can be spared and we can still function in the new normal by wearing a mask and sanitizing, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let us do it.
you gotta do what is required to save. And as well, both guys mentioned it. We want to say thank you to the government for navigating us through this. We want to hear from you, so please feel free to engage us. Send your questions. Let's talk about it. We have an hour. We want to push it and make sure you get your hour. Good thing. But here's what we want to thank the government for navigating us through this race. Now we understand that everything the government does may not always be in agreement to what on how we feel as an individual.
That's it.
Because the government is in what you call a position of running an entire country. This is no longer where you run a household or where you run 20 staff or 30. And so everybody may not be in agreements. I'm certainly not in agreement with everything I hear the government does. I'm not in agreement with everything I hear. But one of the things that we have to be careful of is that we have to understand why.
Why?
Because when you understand the why, you could then easily understand why.
Correct.
You understand?
Correct.
Because some of us rush and we react based on what we hear, based on what somebody tell us. We ain't do the due diligence for ourselves. We ain't do the investigation.
Correct.
We don't know why. And so we often react. But we still have to thank the government for, well, other countries were dying in batches of thousands per month or thousands, whatever. We had 7 deaths, and we're navigating this pretty smoothly. Even those that are going into isolation or coming back out without having to be on, I think, the respiratory devices and having to do this. So we have respirators. So we have a lot, ventilators. Sorry, we have a lot to be thankful for as a country. And that is first and foremost what we must always look to do. Thank God for what we have.
Yes.
Thank God that we have leadership that is stewarding us through this issue, whether it be whatever party you belong to.
Leadership is leadership.
Leadership is leadership in the position that it is in right now, and we are being stewarded. And as I said, I don't think that there's anybody, rather we were run by B, D, E, or P, in this particular predicament that we are in right now, could ever say that they would have done it better.
That's right.
Because you just simply did not know. It is not a rule book that says here dummy for pandemic.
Correct.
And so everything the government tries is in a trial and error.
I agree.
And it will be subject to scrutiny. But none of us live in as well, because say we went through this either.
No.
So we said, oh well, the government could have done this because I lived through this in 2020, whatever, or 1980s or 70s. So we are in an awkward position with our government. We're in an awkward position with the position that we're in terms of this. I play my role with the homeless. I try to get them off the streets for the government in line with the curfew. I try to make sure they're sanitizing. I try to make sure they're wearing the mask. I try to make sure that they are knowledgeable of what's going on. I make sure I provide them with every single thing. With me and the organization, provide them with everything they need. We still make sure that they're fed. We still make sure that they come to a shelter. We still make sure that their hygiene is up. We still make sure that they get their medication. So everybody's past to play a role. And while I might be frustrated playing my role because I'm saying, but the government could do this better, or this boy could do this better, I still have to play the role that I have to play to help secure the homeless, because nobody in Barbados wants to see a homeless person get any COVID-19, because all of this talk about contact tracing, if a homeless man can't tell you who John is, and John go home and give he Susie and who Bluesy, by the time you get home you might have another crawl.
That's it.
You understand? So we have to make sure that we are all playing a part, and I'm in agreement with the fact that with the government, in a sense that all of us are acting very careless. I go down through town, people without the mask.
Or they read it below.
They read it below here, they here. Some people so no. One thing drop off the Prime Minister show the other, some people hand, and we are not being responsible as people. And I'm calling on all of us to be responsible. I'm going into stores and nobody is sanitizing you.
Some of them,
and some of them is sanitizing, nobody temperature checking you. And you're walking in places, and these are establishments that are supposed to be doing these things.
I want to make a query, because you just made a valid point. I saw someone posted about it today. You talk about going into stores and no one is sanitizing you or temperature checking you. But from following the daily, well not daily, but the press conferences when they are done, and listening to the cases and the dynamics of the case is a lot of persons who have COVID are asymptomatic. So realistically,
You gotta wear a mask.
So you have to wear a mask. I agree. But with reference to the point about temperature checks, temperature checks would catch a person who are starting to manifest the symptoms of
That's it.
COVID. And when it's the symptoms, either minor or severe,
But it could be a flu too.
right? Could be a flu, right?
Good.
However, a person who's asymptomatic, you check the temperature. Temperature may be 34.0. You can't tell if they got COVID or not. But I want to move the conversation along a bit because given the fact we only have an hour. So we left 2020, we're now in 2021. Last year was the destruction of the economy as far as I was concerned. This is a year that we now have to try to rebuild the Barbados economy.
That's it.
We have a very interesting scenario because Barbados is traditionally a tourism rich destination. We have one of our second industries, the offshore banking, the international business sector. We have a little bit of captive insurances. Then we do a little bit of manufacturing, and then the retail and distribution sector in Barbados accounts for a lot of the economic activity within Barbados, right? And then obviously services, professional services. The challenge that we have is right now we hardly have tourists coming, and anyone who understands economics would know that one sector feeds into another sector, which feeds into another sector. So if tourists are not coming in, then you will have reduced demand for services, reduced demand for the retail and distribution sector. Even the 40,000 workers who work in that sector, they're not going to be using much services in Barbados. Even simple things like buying houses. 40,000 people in the tourism sector, they are the last persons who will be interested in buying a house right now.
That's it.
Right? So, I mean, the question that I want to put here to you guys, how do you see the Barbados economy coming along? And I'm asking this question specifically because we have a lot of people in Barbados who are quick to curse and get on bad and be orangutan, right? Because I find Barbadians are we in Barbados, I'm not going to say me, but Barbadians like to criticize, right? But when we come on these offer some solutions as to how you see the Barbados economy being able to bounce back this year, right? Recognizing that one person in Barbados without a job is too many people in Barbados without a job.
True.
And that one person in Barbados without a job could be forced to do things which they ordinarily would not want to do. Right? And we really and truly don't want to find ourselves in the economic detriment that mirrors some of our neighbors. Trinidad.
Correct.
I would think that some of these solutions that we have, I can come from it from a different spin, Germany. To see a lot of things as it relates to how do we, if I could spin it before, is to look at how do we help persons, or how do we country or people that are affected by unemployment or people that are falling to poverty.
Sorry to interrupt you, Kimara. I have just been told by one of our viewers that
the mask, right?
I should be back on now. I am seeing the interruption, but it's been interrupted. It resumes shortly.
Can you hear us now? Just message me and let me know.
I don't know why we're getting interference.
Let me check again.
We're getting it constantly.
We got 20. Last thing I checked, we got 20 people on.
All right. Anyone still here? Guys, you get interruption there, or you could hear it's still
It's
froze?
saying like live video interrupted again.
No, tell me what you're seeing on yours.
I see in 22,
It's-
there's a delay.
There's a delay, but you're still live. Okay,
We're trying to fix the issue.
I'm trying to find what's the issue. I don't know what's the issue. I'm still live on your
Yeah,
segment.
mine not 20, mine we live.
Okay, no interruptions. You know, I'm still getting on.
Sit now.
I'm still on. I don't know what's the problem there. But let me just move.
Yeah, so but the man is saying that the internet have
You
a
got a
problem.
problem here.
Okay, let me see. I moved to a new internet. Let me see if we can move to a new internet.
Difficulties right now.
Yeah, we are.
Mevo Live Network. I'm on the internet, so I don't understand what's going on. Mevo. With the constant buffering.